Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. We're going to get started now. Um, if you can see my screen, are you seeing a slide that says first time AEP? If you are,
Yeah.
do a thumbs up, say yes, do a yes in chat. Just let me know. I want to make sure that everyone can see it. Okay, so then we're good to go. This is the first time AEP webinar. Marina, you're not able to hear me? Can everyone else hear me? Okay, Marina, check your
Here now. Thank you.
audio. Okay, you got it now. Good. Okay, so first time AEP. There are some people here who I know it's your first time AEP, and this is to help you to make the 2026 AEP your best AEP since it'll be your first. So let me tell you right away, you all know that I'm Faye and I sell Medicare plans. This webinar is recorded and it will be used on YouTube. And I'm letting you know that up front because if you want to be on camera, that's fine. If you don't want to be on camera, that's still fine. If you have a question that you feel you would prefer to ask me personally because it is about your area, about your business, and you don't want to ask it in the webinar, you will have an opportunity at the end of the webinar to book appointments to actually ask me your specific questions so that everybody understands that. I want to make sure that you get your questions answered, but if you feel like it's something you don't want to share with everyone else, it's fine. You'll have an opportunity to actually book some time to talk to me personally. So tell me, this is something that I don't want you to be bashful about. Tell me, what are your fears? And don't try to fool me. After doing this for more than 23 years, I know that you have fears. Even though I've done it for many, many years, and over the years, the AEP's time frame has changed, how we have to conduct what we do has changed, and there's some concerns for certain things that even I have. So let's talk about right away, get it off your chest. What are the things that you're concerned about for the upcoming 2026 AEP?
Um, um, Hi, Faye. This is Janice.
Hi,
and one of my
Janice.
concerns is, and hi, everybody. I haven't done a presentation before, not in this type setting, so I'm wondering just everything about doing a presentation.
Okay, that is something you definitely need to be concerned about, Janice. However,
Yes.
this webinar is about planning for you to conduct presentations and to customers so that you're getting in front of people. And how do you do that? The actual presentation is a training that you will need to do before you actually can do it. But that's not this webinar, just so that you're not confused, okay?
Okay, thank you.
And Carolyn says more information. If you aren't sure, Carolyn, what that information is that you're looking for, it's going to be difficult for me to help you. Do you have more specifics about what you're looking for?
Not really. I just know that any information I can get will be helpful for me. So I just thought I'd pop in.
Okay.
But no, I don't have any major concerns at all. I just
I just want more. That's all I can say. That's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And Dwight says SNPs is a concern. What particularly concerns you about SNPs, Dwight? Can you hear me, Dwight? And are you concerned about D SNPs or are you concerned about C SNPs?
While he is answering, this is Marina. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, whenever you are. My concern is planning. I really kind of like, okay, how do I plan everything? It's so short period of time. I also do ACA plans and Medicare now, and all these new rules. I'm like, how do I plan? How do I do everything? I'm just like, I stress a little bit.
Marina, I can feel your stress because not only we're going to talk about the challenges that we have in Medicare, but if you're doing ACA and that open enrollment period is right in smack in the heart of the AEP for Medicare, and you have some challenges over there as well. So let us try to iron out how you can best fit your arms around what needs to be done for the Medicare. But yes, you would have some concerns if you're doing both. Anybody else? Any other fears? Any other concerns that you want to share? All of those are good, valid things to know. You want to know more. You want to know as much as you can. You will have some concerns. And let me just say, if you join this webinar because you're looking for how can you do it overnight, you're not in the right place. You're absolutely not in the right place. This webinar is designed to help you to prepare a day-to-day plan for those 54 days, those 7 weeks, help you to organize your time and your effort so that you can maximize everything that you do. Every little step that you take should have a purpose behind it so that you're able to meet more beneficiaries. But bottom line, for everyone, what you really want to do is close more sales. And you're going to have challenges. You're definitely going to have challenges. I'm not going to kid you about it, and I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it for you. And your challenges are going to come from several different ways. The first one that you need to be concerned about would be the industry challenges. Those are the challenges that are put on all of us, so you're not alone. Everybody has those same challenges, and that's because of plan exits, because of increased out-of-pocket costs to the consumer, because of non-commissionable products, and that's something that will definitely be a challenge for us, but isn't a challenge for the consumer. But it's something that you need to be aware of. You're going to see more network disruptions because during the 2026 AEP, there will be carriers who will not renew contracts with hospitals, and there will be hospitals who will not renew contracts with carriers. There will also be providers who are not renewing their contracts the way they were. In my area right now, there are some providers who are becoming boutique Medicare Advantage providers, and that's the only product that they will accept. They will not even accept original Medicare any longer. So you're going to see all of these different things, and they may not all happen in your area, but these are things that you need to look for and be aware of in your area because it will affect how you deliver products to your customer. You're going to see benefit adjustments. And by benefit adjustments, I mean as you attend the carrier rollouts, you're going to see higher out-of-pocket maximums in some products, and you're going to see some plans that are just going away entirely. You're also going to see higher copays for things like inpatient hospital and lower copays for like ambulatory surgery. And that is because the insurance company wants to encourage more outpatient procedures than inpatient procedures. So all of those are industry challenges that you and I both will face. Then you're going to have customer challenges. A customer will say to you that they're available at 3:00 and you have your calendar set up and you just make that appointment at 3, whether it's a Zoom or you're driving to meet them, or you're in a housing complex and they're supposed to come down at 3:00 to meet you, and 3:00 they don't show up. And when you call them, they're going to say, oh, I forgot and I'm not home or whatever. And then they will expect you to either wait for them or rearrange on their time. That's customer time commitment. You're going to see it. Since this is your first AEP, do not be discouraged if the customers are not available. One of the things that you can do if you are sitting in one place and the customer is coming to you, double book with some space in between, because it will make it easier if someone's sitting waiting for you than you sitting with no one at all. You're going to have customers who are indecisive. Those are customers who are going to want to hear from you, and then they're going to want to hear from several other people. You're gonna need to be prepared for those people who will want to talk to you 3 times and they still haven't really made up their mind, even though you've given them as much information about the plan that you've chosen for them that you can. You're also going to have those customers. I'm sorry, I went ahead of myself. Let me go back. Where's my back arrow? You're going to have those customers who are dissatisfied. They're dissatisfied with what they have now. So when you see them for the first time, they're already disgruntled. And if the benefits that are available to them in the area aren't any better than what they had, and it's beyond your control, they're going to be dissatisfied. And here's where your sales skills come in, because this is where you will show them the overall effect of having the plan that you are suggesting. You will also have customers who will misunderstand the benefits, so make sure that you are always compliant. And when you're not with the customer, your conversations are recorded. You're going to have customer challenges because the customer will have fewer choices. There are certain areas where entire plans, are pulling out all of their PPOs. That makes fewer choices for the customer. So that's a challenge. Then you're going to have your life challenges. You cannot overlook the fact that you must always pay attention to your personal health. If you aren't healthy, you're not going to be able to do this very well. It's 54 days, depending on what days you're working, how many days you're working, and how you're working, that can really wear you down. So you may have household responsibilities. You may have to cook dinner after working all day. You may have children that you need to pick up from school. You may have parents that you need to take care of. Whatever your life challenges are, they're not going to go away for these 54 days. So you got to work around those. Also, your family is so important, and they do not want nor need to be neglected during this period. And even though God is listed down as number 4 in this list, God is always at the beginning and should always be number 1 in the decisions that you make daily about your business. Your challenge is definitely going to be time management, because neither you nor I or anyone else here can change the number of hours in the day or the number of days in the week or the number of days that we have for AEP. So all of this revolves around the mindset that you use going into AEP. So think about this. AEP success is not at all about luck. Has nothing to do with luck. Has nothing to do with chance. It's all about a solid planning and execution. And today is September 6th. You're 24 days, only 24 days away from October 1st, when you can share the 2026 benefits with someone. So today is the day that you need to start. And what I'm going to give you are those tools and strategies that you need to start to think about it, and allow you a few moments just to use your creative mind to put together some thoughts of things that you can do today. When we're done, you still have plenty hours left in this day. So you can start to think about those things that you can do. Please don't put it off. Start now. The first way, or the way that you need to start, is by defining your goal. Any sales situation in any business should have a goal. And that goal for you is going to be based around if you're going to be working full-time, you're going to be working part-time. I can say it a number of times, but it doesn't change. We only have 7 weeks, 54 days. How many of those 54 days are you working? How many of those 54 days are you going to be working 4 hours a day? How many of those days are you going to be working 8 hours a day? So think about that first. And if it's necessary, go the old-fashioned way. You could do it on your phone, because the calendar is there for the whole month, October, November, December. Or you could print it out, October, November, and December. Draw a line through all the days that you're not working. Draw a line through every day that you will not be taking calls, setting appointments, running appointments, doing retail, or doing an event, collecting permission to call slips, running webinars, doing seminars. Those days that you are not going to be working, cross them out. So now you know you are the only one who can determine how many days of the 54 days that you're working. I wanted to show my calendar, and I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's see if I can make it bigger. I'll come back and show it full screen at the end of the webinar. But my October calendar is already booked. And if you could see it, you might be able to see. Let's see. Okay, that's a little bit better. Can you see it better now? You might be able to see that all of the days that I'm working, I know what I'm going to be doing. Now, where I have office appointments, at this point, I don't know who those appointments will be, but I do know that those are the days that I will be in the office. I won't be doing sales seminars. I won't be doing webinars. I won't be out with someone else. those are the days that I will be in the office to do appointments. So since those are the days that I know that I'm going to be working, and if you will notice, Sundays, there's absolutely nothing because I am not working on Sunday. This is what you need to do for yourself. Establish the days that you're going to work, the times that you're going to work, and then your next step is to figure out what you're going to do on those days. How are we doing so far? Let's talk about what goals might look like. Your realistic goal, if you're working full-time, and this is the first AEP that you have ever done, you should expect realistically to write between 30 to 50 applications. If you're an independent broker, you have multiple carriers that you can offer, and you're working full time, which is at least 5 days a week. Now that can be stretched, and you could absolutely do more because of the challenges that I spoke about earlier. There's going to be more opportunity in certain areas. There will be areas where thousands of people will be losing benefits. And if you're just fortunate enough to be in that area, you could do the road to 100 very easily if you're working full time. Now, if you're working part time, which means you have another job that you're working, or you can only work 3 days a week, you can only work 2 days a week, you can only work 1 day a week, your realistic goal is 10 to 20. So this is so that you know what your realistic goal could be. Your stretch goal can be anywhere above these numbers. But so when you set your goal, you know what to expect if this is your very, very first AEP. Next year it's going to come together better because you'll know everything that you did this year, how you did it, what worked, what didn't work, and you'll know how to fit it all together next year much better. You'll be able to double what you do this year. So when you are looking to see how to do those 30 to 50 or 10 to 20 sales, do a geographic focus. And we're going to take a few minutes right now for you to write down or Google what of at least 5 top zip codes around your zip code where that has the most Medicare beneficiaries. Does everybody know how to do that in Google? Just ask Google the question. What are the top 5 zip codes around? My zip code is 33837, where Medicare beneficiaries are located. See what answers you get. Take a minute and do that. If you're on your phone or if you are near your computer, try it. If you're not able to do it right now, write that down as something that you definitely want to do. You want to find out where are the people that you're looking for. And this AEP, Medicare annual enrollment period, is when every Medicare beneficiary, regardless of what kind of plan they have, how they got Medicare, they are eligible to change their plan. So if they're eligible to change now, you want to target everyone. This is not the enrollment period where you're going to niche out just people who are turning 65, just people who are veterans, just people who are in a specific niche, unless you have enough of those people in that particular niche, in those 5 zip codes, 5 to 6 zip codes around where you are, that you can generate the sales to hit the goals that you want. This is the time when you want to do a Medicare review for everyone who has Medicare, because everyone can change. And you won't know if you're able to offer them something different, and they won't know if there's something better for them unless you can do the Medicare review for them. These are some of the ways that you can actually be in front of those Medicare beneficiaries in the 5 to 7 to 8 zip codes right around where you are. Local community centers, senior centers, libraries, senior housing complexes, senior housing communities, churches, sororities, frats, clubs, veterans organizations, local grocers, pharmacies, dentists, tabletop events, wherever seniors go. Seniors go to certain local restaurants. Seniors go to certain coffee places. Seniors eat breakfast in the same places every day sometimes. Those are the places you're going to find to do your tabletop events. Then you have local businesses. Your local businesses are the ones where you know they go. And you can ask, can you put a flyer up? Can you let people know what you do? Can you stand in the store or out of the store? You also, retail store isn't listed here, but you have opportunities to be in retail, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Kroger's, any of those where there is a pharmacy. And the mom and pop pharmacies are really, really good places to be. They're usually discarded. And if you have mom and pop pharmacies in your area, ask if you can do a tabletop there. Partner with your property and casualty agents. A lot of people's automobile insurance starts to renew at the end of the year, so the PNC agents are going to be in touch with them. It would be a great time to partner with them and ask them to let your customers know that I can answer their questions for Medicare, because there are going to be a lot of changes going on. And then arrange an affiliate arrangement with that property and casualty agent. Same thing with financial planners. It's coming near the end of the year. People are starting to think about what they're going to do with their finances, what they need to do as far as tax advice is concerned. These are the people who start to work with them, work with the Medicare beneficiaries near the end of the year for the next year coming up. Partner with the financial planners, partner with the tax advisors, partner with the accountants. If you know of clubs, some towns and organizations have women's clubs. All the women are about the same age. Contact those clubs. Think of any of these that you might be able today to contact, and make yourself a list of 3 today to contact when you're off this webinar. Set the agents that you know who do life insurance only as an affiliate partner. If they're doing life insurance, their customers need Medicare, and they're not doing Medicare. Make it an arrangement with them. Use social media, and just so that you're aware, the social media outlets where Medicare beneficiaries are, it's sort of like a tie between Facebook and YouTube. They're about equal in terms of the amount of people that watch YouTube videos and shorts, and the people who are actually using Facebook. Facebook started out as just something so that we could keep up with our families, but now it has become the social media outlet where people keep up with each other and classmates from across the country and people that they haven't talked to in a long time. So use social media posts. Set it up so that you can post on all of the the outlets. Instagram is the third largest, is the area where the third largest Medicare beneficiary grouping, and TikTok is number 4. Set up for yourself some simplified referral system. And by simplified, I mean don't make it complicated for you and don't make it complicated for someone else. Ask everyone you meet, whether they are your customer or not, whether they're eligible for Medicare or not, to help you. Let them know that you're just starting in Medicare. There are a lot of changes. There are a lot of things that you have had to learn. You've had to certify to be able to talk about Medicare plans, and you need their help. So will you take 3 cards and give them out to someone that you know who may be eligible for Medicare? And this could be someone much too young for Medicare. But remember, they have parents, they have uncles, they have aunts, they have cousins, they have grandmothers. Give everyone that you meet 3 business cards and ask them to help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. It's your first time. Let them know it's your first time, but let them know that you are qualified to tell anyone about the benefits, and what you don't know, you will find the answer and make sure that they get the right answer. But don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, a way that is a little more costly is direct outreach. You can use direct outreach. You can do direct mail. It's reliable. It's definitely reliable, but it takes a longer period of time. If you're doing direct mail, and your mailing should have been prepared and ready to go no later than September 15th, which is next week. Because once the mail goes out, then the person has to respond, and you have to then catch up with them after they respond. There has been steady return on the investment for direct outreach in mailings. However, it is less than it has been in previous years. It's only about 1.2% now. And at one point it was 2 to 4%. But let's face it, with mail costs being greater, people don't look at the mail that much. But instead, they'll look at social media because it doesn't cost them anything. They don't have to open any mail. But you can still use direct mail if you choose to. What you want to do is put every effort that you have into bottom line. And that bottom line is a sale. You want to be able to close more sales. So let's look at some potential. If you are working a 5-day work week and you have said, I will make 20 contacts per day during those 5 days, just 20 contacts. You have all day to make those contacts per day. Can be by phone, can be by text, can be by email, can be from someone who is helping you to have those contacts. But 20 contacts per day means that you will have reached 100 people in that week, and you still have 2 days left. And if you reach 100 people the first week of AEP, you will probably get 50 to 70 permissionable contacts from them, because this is the period of time when every Medicare beneficiary can change their plan, and they're going to want to know what's out there for me. You will have a much higher return of, yes, I want to do a Medicare return, I want to do a Medicare review, than if we were in July, when it's possibly they can't, so they're not even thinking about it. So take advantage of that. And if you're receiving 50 to 70 of the 100 people permission to call them, you should be able to set about 25 appointments. And if you sold half of those, you would be selling 12 per week. And if you can set your goal for higher. If you're working part-time, be realistic, set it for lower. But I want you to see what your potential can be if you set the goal and you follow the plan that you set. You really have to execute it. You can't make the plan and put it on the shelf. So in 7 weeks, if you sold 12 sales a week, you'd have 84 total sales. That's more than the realistic goal of 30 to 50. So here's where you can learn more. If you have specific questions, we're going to have questions and answers. But if you want to actually learn more, go to mycalendly.com/fhorton/15-minute-interview. Set a 15-minute interview, and I want you to know that I have opened my calendar today from 1:30, and we're a little over 1:30, but 1:30 to 5 o'clock for you to book those 15-minute appointments today. I am not accepting appointments tomorrow. It's Sunday. But if you have a real serious question and you need some in-depth information about what you can do specifically, then go ahead and book that 15-minute appointment. Here are some other resources that might help you. For every one of you who are doing this, you're going to need to know how to do an effective needs analysis. So the 5 things you need to know for Medicare sales is available on Amazon, and you can get that there. Or the other book is AEP Success, is on Amazon as well. Those may help you, may be helpful tools to you, but you of course have that free 15-minute interview that you can set up. So let's talk about Q&A. What are your questions?
Faye, I have a question.
Yes.
I would like to know, you mentioned social media and how useful that can be. I would like to know how to compliantly use social media to market ourselves as agents and not necessarily specific plans. I'm just nervous about the compliance part of that.
Then your FMO should be able to help you with that. Our FMO actually provides templates, and all we need to do is download them and fill in our contact information. So the posts are prepared, the flyers are prepared, and your FMO should be able to help you with that.
Okay, but it is compliant.
Of course it's compliant, yes. It came from the FMO, and their compliance department has already scrutinized it. It's really not that difficult, but there are some things that you need to put on all of your marketing materials, which you all know, because most of you, I'm sure, have by this time taken AEP. So you know that there's disclaimer you have to put on. There's certain things that have to be there. So go through your particular FMO to get the materials that are compliant and how to use them. Also, if you don't want to do, now those are when you're branding yourself, which is very important. If you want to use a carrier, the carriers have materials for social media posts as well, but it's going to have the carrier's information.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, let me put the Calendly link in chat. Just give me a minute. If you have a question, go ahead and ask, and I'll answer while I'm doing this. No other questions? I'm going to end the recording.